Hello friends, this is Dr. Raju, straight from Shiv India Institute of Management and Technology, Accra, Ghana, to your end with C programming language, easiest way to learn. So in the last video, we have seen how to install the Turbo C, the compiler, then how to start the programming, how to write the first program, what is meant by main, what is my header files, how declarations going inside, the structure of the programming and other things we have seen. In this video, we are just continuing with the particular programming language. So let's start. In this video, we are looking for data types, variables and the keywords, and we will see some small program how to declare the variables and the data types. Okay, so let's see. We are going to look out first is the data type in C. What do you mean by data types? Data types is something like is a data which is having some information about the data. It's something like information, what type of that. Something like example, we can say, suppose I'm going to be buying the 10 apple. So you say what I'm buying 10 apples. So 10 apple, 10 is a figure and that figure is some information how much apple you are buying. So that 10 is an integer number, we can say the whole number. So when the information is going to be flow in the memory, we have to be declared is a type of data, is an integer or is a like a decimal number or something like you got like a 50.80% or 80.5%. So this is a decimal one. So result declared and you got 80%, 80.5%, 80.7%. So these are decimal points. So if you are declaring the decimal point, it has a different type of data. If you are saying what I'm using some alphabet like C, like A, by B, like that one. So it is having a different type of data. So these are the different type of data you are going to use it in the C programming language. So data type in C, they are mainly categorized. Two branches are like primary and the secondary, and in the primary, under the primary you can say basic, and in the under secondary these are the three different: derived, enumeration and void. So primary we can say the basic type of data, where the derived is something like derived from the basic, and the enumeration is enum is like user defined data types, and void is something like null type of data. So let's see what is meant by basic type of data. In C programming, they are using integer is whole number whenever the information flow, character, float, double and long. So what do you mean by integer is a whole number, character is like alphabet you are using, then float is decimal, double is also decimal, is calling a float but is a size is bigger than the float. The long is a type of integer data holding, but the size of the long is bigger one. So they have what these data types, when they declare it, they have their own specific memory size in a particular location. So we'll see that one. In the derived type, there are array, pointer, structure and union. We are looking also this one in the upcoming videos. Then enumeration is something like enum, and the void is like void void. So let's see the basic data type. In this video, we are looking for basic data types. So in the basic data type, integer, if we are declaring integer int, is going to reserve the 2 bytes data in the memory. If I use character type of data, it reserved 1 character. Float is a 4 byte, double is a 8 byte, long is a 8 byte. So each and every particular variable you are declaring, data type you are declaring, it has specific size or the limit of information holding capacity. So if you are going to use integer, how much capacity, character, how much capacity, it has been declared depends on their size of the particular memory. So we can see that particular information, how much information can be held in integer, how much in the character, like that. So in the data types, when you are using a data type, when the information is held in the memory, you need to be retrieve it and hold the information in the memory. So storing the information or retrieving the information from memory location, compiler need to know what type of information you are storing or retrieving, and that is going to call as a formatted string. And when you are retrieving or storing something like integer data, you have to explicitly tell to compiler with %d then character %c, float %f, double %lf, long %l. So these are the what the formatted string you are going to use it in the program when you are retrieving or storing the information in the memory. So if I want to store the information in the memory, I need someone can hold the information, and that is going to be called as a variable. So there are a lot of variables are there. So variable is standing something like is an English word that is going to be used to hold some information in the memory location. So once the particular information is holding by a variable, variable will get some location where the location is means address in the memory where the particular variable is going to hold the information, and the data is going to be retrieved or access, something like that. So when you're declaring the variable, that variables it categorized majorly in the local or global. Okay, there are two major type. Then static, automatic and external, they are the type of local variable with the storage classes. Okay, so static, automatic, external and register, they are storage classes. Okay, so let's see local variable means what. Local variable, it means what? It is the scope is of the particular variable is a local, means the variable which is declared in function, only that function what the particular variable can be used it. Suppose I declare the variable in main function, throughout the life of the main function till end, not end, variable can be used it. But within a main function, if you have another function, then that variable is going to be what different than the local variable of that different function. So local variable means within the range of that functions is going to use it. Where the global means what? I can be use one declaration of the global variable, and that variable I can use it used by any function in the program. Okay, or that variable I can be used with external variable, and that external variable can be accessed from outside program. So you have one program, another program is there, can access the information. So these are the particular variables we are going to be use it. In the static variable is a variable, maybe type of integer, maybe character, maybe double, maybe long, maybe float, like that. But the default value, you are not declared anything. The default value is held by a particular variable is 0, where the automatic is garbage, and like that one, the particular information is going to be hold it. So let's talk on the variable now. So variable is something like is an English word. The maximum characters you can use it to declare the variable name is 8. Means I can use 8 characters to declare the variable name, and that maximum 8 character you can be use it at once, or you can be joined with some underscore, and none of the variable is going to be start with any special characters. So these are the rules you have to follow. So variable name should not be start with any special characters. Variable should not be have any space. Variable should be joined with underscore if you want to join it, but the most of the time is good word when you are using the variable, the meaningful variable. Example, if I want to store information about age, I can declare the variable age and assign the values. So age may be an integer, maybe a float, maybe a long, maybe a double. It depends on the programmer want to hold a particular information. So let's see the one of the example. Integer a equal to 30. The moment you are declaring integer a equal to 30, in the memory, lot of things happens inside. So integer a equal to 30, how the particular variable is declaring, you have to understand. When you are going to declare the variable, first you have to declare the type of data. What type of data you want to store in the variable? Integer. So I have to declare the integer, the name of the variable, and you can assign some value. If you want to assign in the program, I can just equal to value. It is means what? This value is held by a or stored by a. So this is the what? One statement. And if I want to take the value from the keyboard, I can be use keyboard values called runtime value. Then I cannot be initialize any value here. I can just declare integer a, and I can take value from the keyboard and assign to here. That is going to be runtime value. I am going to store it. So when I am going to declare in the program integer a equal to 30, what will happen? The 2 bytes reserved, because integer declaration. So 2 bytes are going to be immediately reserved. Why? Because it's an integer type of data, and the location will be immediately given the name a, and the value is stored like 30. But this 30 value is not holding like that one what we are now discussing. For the understanding for the human being is what we can be discussed like this. But in the memory, actually in the computer memory is going to stored by binary language, binary format, like 0 and 1 format. So how it is going to look like that one, let's see. So the moment you are going to be say integer a 30, it is assigned one location, which location is called address one. So that address is maybe anything. At runtime, compiler itself will decide with the program, with the processor, where the location is assigned. So that assigned locations will be used by A and holding the value 2 bytes 30. So if you are going to categorize these 2 bytes in the bit format, we can say 1 byte stand for 8 bit and it's going to be called as a 2-bit data, 16-bit data. So if I'm going to use this particular information and print A, if I print A, it's going to be pointing to the particular 30. So, and if I print address of A, ampersand sign, this is called ampersand sign or address A, is going to print the location. Okay. So the moment I'm going to reserve the 2 bytes, we call 16-bit pattern. Each and every bit what by default is 0. And if it is 1, it is going to be indicate the value at that bit. Every bit has its own value, is decided by the 2 raised to power location. So let's see that particular locations. This 16 bit I have divided into the 2 powers. So first location is called 2 raised to 0 power. Second location 2 raised to 1. Third location 2 raised to 2. And like that one up to the end 2 raised to 15. So these particular values are going to be held in decimal. Like first location is capacity to hold value 1. It means what? If the particular bit is 1, the value will be 1. If the second bit is 1, it means value is 2. If the particular bit instead of 0 we are making 1 means true, that particular location value it is going to be assigned. Okay. So something like what? If I declared the first variable 2 raised to 0 as 1, then it will be 0. Its value will be 1. Then if second 2 raised to 1 is 2. It means what? That bit, if it is 1, this value is there inside. Okay. So something like that one. And if it is value is the bit is 0, it means the value is what? Nothing there. So if the value is the bit is 1, it means the value is holding by that memory location or bit location is like that. So if I am calling like this one 2 raised to 12, if the bit is 0, there is nothing inside. But the bit is 1, it means this 4096 will be there. Okay, something like that. So in this example, what we are talking about A equal to 30, I want to calculate the 30 value in the format. So this is what 30 value is close to 16, but is greater 32 is more than 30. I cannot take this bit. So I am using this bit on. The on means making 1. The moment 2 raised to 4 bit is on, I am getting the 60 value. Then 16, then next is what I am using 8. I'm making on this one, then making on, and then making on. So you can see the total 16 plus 8 plus 4 plus 2. If I make 1, 1, 1, 1, 1 here, I'm getting what? 30 itself. So I make this bit 1, 1, 1, 1, 1. So the moment I make it 1, 1, these values are going to be catch. 16 plus 8 plus 4 plus 30 plus like that one. And then these values are going to be check it like 16 plus 8 plus 4 plus 2. That is the these bit are on, and then I got the value 30. And in the memory locations, the value 30 will be reserved like this one. I hope you understand how the memory is held and how the value is going to be inside. So in that types, whenever I'm going to be asking the value A, it is pointing to here. When I'm pointing to location, is pointing to the memory location like ampersand sign. Now let's see the keywords in C programming language. The keywords is like a dictionary words. And in the C programming, there are 32 reserved words which is going to use it in the programming. So if you know all those 32, it means you are done with a lot of what programming understanding, and you can use it very nicely. You can create nice programs. So let's see one program, simple program, which is having data types and declaration of the variables and all. So right now, the moment I declare like integer A, this hash include stdio.h, conio.h, void main, how it is going to write it, I have already discussed in the first video. Those people, they are new and they didn't see the video number 1. Please check out that. I have already given the link in the description so that you can understand the meaning of hash include and then main and all. So I already given the explanations in the first video. So the void main functions, I am declaring integer A equal to 30. So that 30, when you declared it, memory will be assigned, location will be assigned, and the value is going to be stored like 30, like what we have discussed. And then I want to print a particular value. What the value I want to retrieve it. I store it right now, I want to retrieve it. So if I want to retrieve it, I'm going to use the function printf. Printf we have seen in the last program. So printf is displaying the message on the screen. It's not only displaying, it also having the capacity to retrieve the information from memory. So if I want to display message, I can be put in the double quote value of a, but I'm using here %d, that is a formatted string. Means what? In this location I want to print this particular variable a. So %d is a type of integer. The moment I say %d, it is indicating the particular variable at integer values. So integer a, and then what is the variable we want to print it? I use it what? Comma a. Comma a, it means what? I want to print the value a. The moment I say a, it is pointing to location number, and then it is getting the value 30 itself, and then it will print it. But if I am going to print it something like ampersand sign a, %d, we have to give the integer because locations are reserved in the hold in the integer numbers. So that number also a integer, so I use %d and ampersand sign a. So ampersand sign a means what? Address location of a. So it is going to point 5400 if the location is like that one. So this is a simple video explanation how the particular variable is declared, how to use the formatted string, how to use the data types, and how to use the particular location to print the particular location address also. Okay. So let's see the continuations of the particular program. So in this program I'm going to write the same how to declare the variables and this one. So I'm going to include some header files stdio.h and then hash include conio.h. that is I'm going to be use some functions from this one. Then I'm writing the void main void. See, the void main void I can be write either like this one, or I can like void main inside void, or I can write like integer main like this one. So what is the difference is there? If I'm using these first two, they are same, but the integer main is small difference. What? If you are declaring integer main, it means what? This is a function return the value integer. This is a function return null. So if it's null means I don't mind what is returning. So it's a 0 itself in the end. But if you are declaring integer, you have to explicitly tell before close of the main return integer, return 0. You have to type return 0. So extra statement you have to use it. So avoid that one. I use what? Simple way void main. So opening bracket and then immediately closing bracket. Don't forget to close the bracket before you start anything. It is a good habit to write the program, and then give the some space and then start the program. Don't write from the exactly location where brackets are starting. So it's not going to understand very well where the brackets are closed or not. So it avoids a lot of errors. And then right now what I'm declaring here integer a equal to 30. And then semicolon, end of the statement. I'm just using the clear screen for clear the screen behind whatever the drawing has been done by before programming. So I'm using now printing the value of a, printf, and here double quote I use the message the value of a equal to, and I say here %d. %d standing formatted string, and then comma value of the particular a, variable a, and then semicolon and end it. So %d means what? Here itself I want to print the value a of type integer, and then I say what? Get ch. I'm going to use it to pause the screen, and then I run the particular program. There are two errors. Let's see where is the errors. Spelling mistake here, stdioh, I missed the std. So control C, you can see here if you are missing something you will get error. So the value of a equal to 30, I have printed it here. Okay, so let's see how actually the compiler is working on this particular program, and we can see how the memory can be assigned inside. So I am going to show you how actually the debug is going to call as a paper tracing, or is going to call as a debug mode. If you are using the debug mode, you can understand very well how the compiler execute line by line. Okay, that is going to call as a interpreter, line by line compilation. So for that particular purpose, you have to press F7 function, F7 key, F7 hotkey. I press F7. It is going to be starting. As I said before, the particular program is starting from the main, the starting or the what we can say, the initial stage. Whenever a program start, the compiler pointing first line is void main. So it is pointing now, compiler is started right now, and then it jump inside, it declare the integer a. If I want to see what is going inside the memory, I can say, I can watch also. I can just go in the window and watch. In the watch window, I have to declare here a. So if I declared it here a, I use a, and then a is there already, so I declared before, so a is there. By default the value of a is -2922, that is garbage. But the moment I am going to compile that, again I press F7, you can see the value has been changed from the garbage to 30 because it initialized the value inside, and then it's clear screen, then F7, then value is printed behind. So you can see value is now printed. I can go to window, I can watch the output. I can see here the value of a equal 30, and the cursor is what blinking here, waiting for another line. So now another line is going to be, next line is going to execute, that is get ch. So F7, the moment you get ch is asking the key value, so it's go back behind again and taking the value and waiting for you to press any key. But that key I'm not going to use anywhere, but some programs get ch character is going to use it for some inputs. Here I'm using the get ch to make a pause of the screen so I can see clearly my output and I come back easily. Otherwise it will be just show something like that. So I press F9 again and come back to the particular original window. So this is what I can be trace, I can be execute the program and compile. Let me declare another variable, float b equal to suppose 30.6, or I can declare like pi value pi equal to 3.14 and semicolon. So I initialize the particular 3.14, float pi equal to 13.14. You can see here 3.14 is a pi value. It is a constant call. Pi is a constant. So 3.14 is a constant. That's why it indicates like particular these values. Okay. You can declare any variables or something like this one, double or long or integer. But I'm right now doing two variables with the integer 1 and float 1. So pi value is 3.14. I declared it, and I'm just going to be use another printing message behind under the particular a. I want to declare the printf and the value of pi equal to, I say %d. Why? Because it's a percent, sorry, not %d, %f here. Why? Because %d is stand for integer, %f stand for float. I'm printing float. So double quote, and then I say here what is the name of the variable, pi, pi, and then I use and declare it. Okay, so now if I control F9, you can see here the value of a equal to 30, the value of pi equal to 3.14. Now C is showing in the same line. It means what? I want to make nice output, so I want to break the line of the first and then second. So if you want to break the line, I can start the second printing. Before second print start, I am going to use the /n. /n stand for new line. So it is going to be break after this one, and it started printing. Why? In a C compiler, the screen is starting from 480 to 640 to 480. So that is the X and Y positions. So if the particular XY position is what typing it, if typing started from here and still the space is there, the next printing will be start from continuations with the last. So if you want to break it, I can use /n. From there only the new line will be start. So that is going to call /n, new line, particular things, new line characters. So I can be get the particular nice output. Can you see here? Now the line has been break and I can see the output very well. Okay. So this is what something like how to declare the particular variable, how to declare the data types, how to retrieve the value from the particular one, how to use the formatted string in the particular programs. Okay. In the next video, we are going to see some control statements and the conditional statement, how they are going to use it. Okay, with the some operators, there are logical operators, bitwise operators. So we'll see that all operators, and then we are just going to what move on with the C programming. So if you really like this video and you feel is a very informative video, so please like, share and subscribe. Don't forget to share it, because a lot of people, they are struggling to understand the programming language. So if they are going to see and they are having some advantage to understand this language, it will be a nice to for that particular this one, the video, and I'll be really happy if the people, they are understanding the programming with the easy way. Thank you so much with being with me, and then I'll be again coming with you people in the next video with furthermore with conditional statement and control statements. Thank you so much. Take care.